Guys, welcome back to Clash with Barndo. You see me on Barndo 82 as I'm trying to farm up a heap of DA on Barndo 80 so I can get the level 3 bowlers going. I'm also trying to finish off 82 at the same time. So, bit of multitasking, bit of farming, watching a bit of TV at the same time. Tonight I have our war win 207, and that put us up to the 25 win streak. So we're cranking along there versus a Singaporean clan, oldies. Not a really super attacking clan for them. They did have some good bases. But you can see there, it was 2 11s, 3 Town Hall 10s, then the rest 9s, and it was a few 8s on the bottom there. So for us, we hit 3 stars on all of their 10s. And then, Dave had some really good percentages on their top 2 bases. A really good strategy used on one. And we had all our Town Hall 9s being 3-starred. So it was really good and impressive for our Town Hall 9s. They started thinking outside the box, getting away from just the stock standard go hogs. And it was a really awesome war. So we also had Town Hall 9s actually hitting Town Hall 10s as well to open up for our higher bases. So only a small war, 20 versus 20. Now this is one of the attacks I want to show, and it's a 99%, but I'll show you where I've gone wrong. But it's a 6 square into the centre, so 6 spaces to get into the middle. So you see that 6 spaces, you can earthquake any one of those corners, sections, and you can get straight into the middle. So for this base, it worked well with a Queen Walk and then a Mass Witch, and that worked really, really well. But unfortunately, I knackered the old Earthquake, stuffed it, blew it, choked, and didn't open the base straight away. That's where I fell down the biggest time. So you can see I just had the one Barbarian. This base was opened by Town Hall 8 Yoda. That's one of Dave's minis. And he did show the clan castle, a few traps and all these kinds of things. And also some Teslas. So that was nice. And you see the first Earthquake hit. But the next Earthquakes were well off. And I'm like, oh, shit, what do I do? So either way, you put the Wizard on that Hound CC. And that then is going to splash damage onto the Loon. So it's very, very big investment, because then I don't need to take poisons to get rid of that Loon, and you save a lot of spell capacity with that. That means you get the 4 elixir spells, so 3 rage, 1 heal. I've taken for this combo, I've held on to, I haven't needed to rage very early. It's hit 2 minutes on the raid timer now, and you see I'm still working my raid. So what I've done is, you'll see very quickly, taking fire from one expo. I know I'm going to be walking into a cannon at the same time. I know I'm going to get stuck on 2 storages, so I put down that rage, and I know the Queen's going to be right for a good 15 seconds. And you've got the ability, so there's no need to go in there. There was no wall breakers, I didn't take any, so I've had to use some Valks at the start, and then you see an early rage, very early. That was because I knew I was going to be falling behind. So there goes that first rage. Next rage to dummy into the middle, and just watch shit just die. The Queen's pew-pewing away up top, everything's dying in the middle. Place the hogs down the bottom here, giving them the heal, and I do think there's going to be a giant bomb coming up next to that Wizard Tower, which would make sense. No, so they don't even trip it if it was. So you see the King, he's used his ability. The Queen, she's coming around the top there. Those hogs are doing really, really well. Still 4 or 5 alive there. The Valks are tanking a little bit, so they're still going. And look at this. Oh, hello, double giant bomb tail. So that knackered me. Can't reach that Tesla from there, so we'll speed this up. And the Queen, she's going strong. Still got 2 golems clearing the trash buildings. 2 Valks, and one up the top there, another redhead. So didn't know that trap was down the bottom there. Queen gets that, and then she gets stuck on walls. And yeah, this is one of those things where you sort of go, oh my god, 99%. So you can see that was so close. It was a good plan. I was pretty happy with it. Stuffed up the Earthquake. I think that's where I went wrong, because I lost a couple of Valks extra getting into the base, and I had to blow my spells a bit extra. This is how I re-hit it with Barndo 80. I needed to get 1% extra, so you can see exactly the same start. Bring out the Hound. Drop the Wizard on there. Now you see that Wizard. We'll slow this down. This is something I did show someone else. You see the Wizard do the splash damage. Oh no, I didn't even need it. So because I put down that Warden, the Hounds died quicker. But you can see now the Earthquake starting. There's no need to rush into ground. And you see the proper open there. Didn't stuff it up the second time round. And the queen, she's gone the same way. Now, I'm starting to prefer walking the warden, personally, with the queen, because the added damage, and then also you don't desperately need to drop a rage, because you've got that warden's ability. I'm finding when I'm doing my raids with Valks, that the Valks run so bloody quick in front of the warden that he does bugger all anyway. He gets stuck behind doing really very little. So, stick it with your queen, you grab that extra health, and that also means you may not need to use that rage spell. You can see here now a much better herd, a much better in for the Valks. I did use that one Golem. Golem's still going, and you just see the Valks absolutely rip up midfield. Look how many are left there. There's a good dozen at least, maybe more. Warden jumps in, he changes off the queen. And there's just stuff everywhere. So it was the hogs down the bottom again. Golem's still going, he's in the rage, he's loving it. And those hogs, again, they do their job. They work quite well. And you see the king's still got his rage, the queen's on full, the warden's on full. Early rage on king. It's all over though. So yeah, it's still only about 30 seconds. Actually, it was a 2-minute raid, I think it was. So yeah, good raid, happy days. Very, very interesting. So we'll have a look at the number 5 from Bando 81B, and this was a very similar styled attack, except I don't think I've taken any... I'm not sure what's in the clan castle, honestly. No hogs. So you see the 4 rage, 4 earthquake, same combo, same strat, same idea. Draw that hound up the top there. We'll get rid of that. So you see, that comes out, and I'll drop the wizard on it. Now with the reduction of 30 seconds, that wizard, he does 2 things. He helps reduce the time it takes to kill that hound, and then you have a look, there's this, oh no, didn't get the splash damage on the loan. So either way, you get that loan down, that hound down nice and quick, and did the job, didn't need to use any poisons or anything like that, or a rage or an ability. That's something I've been doing for quite a while now. Now we'll get this walk going, and you see the queen, she's going to want to pat counterclockwise. She's definitely going to go that way, and you probably shouldn't need to use a rage, which is nice, but that's where the rage is needed. Now you've got that expo on ground. That was a golem in the clan castle, and you see the earthquake there's open up all 4 of those cells in the middle, but it also did a heap of damage to that inferno, to the town hall, to the expo. Now when you do have a lot of crazy redheads in the middle swinging their axe on rage, things are going to die, but it's still nice to have that extra damage done to them, get it out of the way, and you just see rages follow those Valks. Very, very simple strat and idea. You see the Valks have taken quite a whack of damage. King runs up the top there with a few. Now the core field is done, it's dead. What I wasn't sure here was, do I pop my queen's ability? And I probably should have popped it earlier. You see it there, a little bit reactionary. I still lose 1 healer. So that was a little bit of poor timing, I guess. And you see now the queen, she's taken a bit of damage. It's hard for her to keep up. I did have 1 hog for tricks, but unfortunately I put it out when the queen went away from the cannon. So the queen, she's getting up there. That archer tower lives on next to nothing. But the healers, they go on to your king and the Valks and the archers, and that's it. So that was a really good raid, 87k. Really, really enjoyable. It's a good strategy. It's good to look at, and all these kinds of things. Let's have a look now. I know it feels like I'm showing a lot of my attacks, but I wasn't the only one that had good attacks. But I love showing this raid if I can. So you see the clan castle there. It's quite a simple draw once you get rid of that cannon. He did have trick Teslas, one on either side of that cannon in the 4 spot just above those elixir storages. So what was good was I got the hound out of the clan castle, and that 1 loon got 2 defences. So really awesome. Got him up there. You see I draw that hound. You notice I had 5 healers. We keep in mind healers won't activate on archers unless you have 2, but I just put down the 1. That's all I wanted. And you see now a witch. I absolutely love using witches in healer tricks, because what will happen is you see those skellies will just go off and kill shit by themselves, and the queen walk's going to get 2 Air defense is going to get the queen as well, and leave me a Lavaloon tail. So really, really fun raid. These are the things with your farm wars. You try and make sure you get these kinds of combos and practice. And the witch is only going to do 12 DPS. She is never going to kill that hound by herself, but you can see she's already killed 4 buildings, and I'm still warming up. So out come the air. I think I had 3 hounds possibly. Quite a bit of rage and haste still. Only use the 1 rage for the queen. Quite stacked up in the back there. So didn't really deploy my loons very well. But of course you've still got that queen going. She's got healers behind her, so she was always going to be clearing up trash. And that's a good way to protect your max 30 level queen, you know. It's huge DPS. If you can get 1 or 2 healers on her. Obviously I had 4 for that walk. And yeah, anytime I can get a witch and a healer out to do that, I love it. So what I'm going to show now as well is Zul's attack on 13, because it was a bit of outside thinking. And what I liked about this, Zul had a 6-star war. He did a Lavaloonian versus 1 base. You see this base, it's not completely max defences. Got a few shitty walls. But what I liked about it was he's put out 1 golem and his queen. We know it's a hound in the clan castle. This was a re-hit. Oh, excuse me. So you see now, the golem does get the mortar down long enough, keeps taking fire. Zul's queen knocks out the enemy queen, pops the ability. That was purely to get that cannon down, and then his queen's going to die. And what I like about this is he's just going to hog. He doesn't care about the hound. He's got his king left. He didn't use his king, so that's just going to be for trash. He was very lucky with that heal timing, because he could have lost a lot more hogs there. There's no real double giant bombs or anything like that, so he just goes very smooth with his hogs and heals. He's got the 4 heals. He can just go nutso, as he does. And his last one should cover him over the last giant bomb spot, I think. There it is. There's that giant bomb. He knows it's there. He knows it's not a double, so he gets some good traction out of that. Heaps of minions. I don't really know why he used the minions, but it was something different. Should have used gobos. But there you go. So great war from you, Zul. Great war from all my nines. You know, like, I'm pretty proud of my guys and girls. And we've had a few tough wars, even though we've won. People were on a bit of a down. And we've come back with a nice big fat win. So great war, Aussie Addicts. And yeah, hope you guys had a bit of a laugh and clash on.
You got his eye, run across the room.